are living in a fast-paced world, an age of technology and information, where answers can often be found at the press of a button. But what about the bigger questions? As Catholics in an increasingly challenging secular society, how can we be sure that we're growing closer to God and focusing on the gift of everlasting life with Him? Catholic Distance University is a medium for all members of the faith to strengthen their relationship with God, no matter who they are, no matter where they are. Through knowledge and education, CDU is there. Pope Francis said, "As Catholics, we want to have better understanding, a deepening love, and a clearer witness to the gospel." CDU continues to provide advanced education, faith formation, and offers a community of faith and support when it is needed most.
Certainly when you're overseas, when you're on the front lines, you begin to ask fundamental questions about life, about faith. And frankly, we don't have enough priests to accompany them in all of those journeys. So having a resource like Catholic Distance University, having online possibilities allows us to multiply our ability to both teach the Catholic faith and help people respond to fundamental questions that they might be asking.
The new evangelization calls for personal involvement on the part of each of the baptized. Every Christian is challenged, here and now, to be actively engaged in evangelization. Pope Francis.
My name is Brian Bobick. I'm a police sergeant for the Metropolitan Police Department in Washington, D.C. I've been a law enforcement officer for about 18 years, 14 of which I served in D.C. As a law enforcement officer, what I see around me is this void that individuals try to fill. They try to fill it with drugs or alcohol or sex or other type of activity, and there's a truth that they're seeking that they're not finding. They're looking in all the wrong places to get this truth. There are so many teachings that are given that aren't in line with the gospel. Many of us are ill-equipped to offer explanations. This leads to misunderstandings and confusions. Not that long ago, many of us Christians were called to participate in the new evangelization, and what I felt compelled to do was answer that call. And approximately a year and a half ago, I decided to enroll in CDU to assist with that call. The knowledge that I've obtained from CDU gives me, illuminates my faith and gives me the confidence and assurance that I can explain the faith in an intellectual way, and to hopefully contribute to the new evangelization and fulfill some of this void that individuals have.
We are in the era of technology. CDU is an online organization grounded in the belief that a student's need for learning and spiritual guidance in growing closer to God should never be determined by their proximity to a classroom or by the inflexibility of their schedule.
I'm getting my master's in theology, and the really nice thing about CDU being online is it's asynchronous, which means you can get on anytime, day or night, anywhere in the world. You don't have to travel anywhere, which was a real help for me. Because I worked more than 40 hours a week, and to take off and go somewhere in the evenings would just not have been possible. From the very beginning, the classes have been engaging and interesting, and the professors have been helpful, and I came from a non-humanities background, so my background was science, and so taking philosophy and theology were not in my repertoire, and I found it really, really challenging at times, but I always had the support of the professors who were just incredibly easy to contact and very, very supportive when I would feel like I was struggling. The online community is also really amazing because anytime that you had a question, it seemed like somebody else was there who had either a similar question or who could just encourage you and say, you know, I've been there, it's okay, you're going to get through this, it does get easier. When I think about what CDU has meant to me, I just thank the Lord that I picked up that flyer back in 2009 and that I took the steps that I did. Sometimes when I think, I'm a theologian, thank you, CDU, for everything that you've been to me over the past, 6 years now.
Education is not a place. CDU can bring hope, light, and knowledge to Catholics wherever they are.
CDU is providing a Catholic education for a number of people who would be unable to achieve that otherwise. Donating to CDU really helps respond to what Pope Francis has said we should do. We're supposed to bring the gospel to the periphery. And CDU does that because it reaches far and wide with the message of Catholic education.
Join us by becoming a student or by making a tax-deductible donation to help others enroll and ensure CDU continues its mission to teach all nations according to the mind and heart of the Church.